Hey everyone, it's Kyle at Greatvex, and today I'm going to be doing an instruction video on our BL3000 unit. This is just like our clear acrylic unit, but it's all black. And instead of having dials on the front, you have buttons with a beautiful LCD display screen. This unit does have 6 stages of filtration, so you have a HEPA filter, charcoal filter, TO2 photocatalytic filter, ozone plates, UV light, and negative ion filter. So this unit is perfect for keeping your air clean and removing any of those stubborn odors you just can't remove. So I'm going to be covering how to set it up, install the ozone plates. I'm going to go over the different settings it offers, the displayed LCD screen, and how to use the remote. So I hope you guys found it helpful. Let's get started. Alright, so once you have received the unit, you're going to want to cut the tape holding the flaps down. I already did that prior. So go ahead and open the flaps, and on the inside of the box you're going to find the instruction manual with the remote control. You're going to find a packing list, a thank you note, and a quick start guide. And then you can go ahead and remove the unit itself. And then inside the box, you will also find the 3-foot long power cord and the ozone plates. Alright, so now that we have the unit and all of its accessories out of the box and out of its packaging, I'm going to go over how to set up the unit and install the ozone plates. And then I'll go over the unit itself and show you how to use the remote and the LCD screen. So first things first, you want to turn the unit around so the back is facing you. There's going to be this black cover plate that covers the different types of filtration. There's going to be 2 tabs at the top, so let's use your thumbs, push down the tabs and pull the cover off. And then the first filter you're going to see is going to be a HEPA filter. There is a little pull tab at the top to remove it. The next filter you're going to have is a charcoal filter, same pull tab at the top. This mesh looking metal filter is a TO2 photocatalytic filter. Remove that as well. And once you have those 3 filters removed, you're going to be exposed to the UV light and the ozone plate slots. So now you're going to want to take the ozone plate box and just open it. Pretty straightforward. And then inside the box you're going to have 2 ozone plates in this nice like styrofoam cover. Remove the cover from the plates. And then on the ozone plate it has arrows and it says insert plate before operating, so the arrows need to go towards the unit. So just slide it into the ozone slots, push it all the way in. Do that with both ozone plates. Now that you have the ozone plates installed, go ahead and get your filters and the cover plate and reinstall them, starting with the metal TO2 photocatalytic filter, along with the charcoal, and then lastly install the HEPA filter. And then put the cover plate on. And just a note, the unit will not work unless this cover plate is on. There is a safety mechanism that the plate engages for it to work properly. So if your unit isn't working, make sure you have the cover plate on all the way. Alright, so now that you have the ozone plates installed, go ahead and take your power cord. This female connector with the 3 slots is going to plug into the back of the unit. And then go ahead and just take the power cord and plug it into any wall outlet. Once you have the power cord hooked up, there's going to be a switch on the back. 0 or O will be off, and then the 1 or the I is powering the unit on. So flip the switch to the on position. Alright, so now that we have the unit all set up and you have the ozone plates installed, I'm going to go over the settings and adjustment of the buttons on the unit itself. And after that, I will cover the LCD status screen, and then I will show you how to use the remote. Okay, so right off the bat, you have the power button or standby mode. Machine turns on when the power button is pressed. Air purifier starts working, and then the air purifier will turn off when you press the power button again. So press it once, you have it turn on. You can see the fan spinning and you can feel the air coming out of the unit. And then if you don't want it on, just press the button, pretty straightforward. Here you have the LCD screen. It shows the machine's work status. And then right next to that, at the top, you have the fan speed. You have 5 different speeds to adjust the fan speed. Note, each time you press the fan button, the coverage area changes 200 square feet. So here you have the square footage. So each time you press it, it'll go up. And when you have it at the 5-speed setting, the max square footage will be 2,000 feet. But if you want to increase that even more, you have to turn the ozone setting on. And then you have 5 more fan speed settings for the Purify mode. And as you press the Purify mode, the unit will increase 200 square feet even more. So you get up to 3,000 square feet, and you have the fan speed setting max along with the Purify setting max. So for the Purify mode, you have 5 different settings. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 0. 0 means stop. And then underneath the fan setting, you have the UV light, which I will show you what it looks like when you turn it on and off. So right now you can see the UV light is active, because you can see it behind the grill. But when you turn the UV light on off, it turns off. If you want it back on, turn it on. So next to the UV light, you have ozone. Ozone is optional. If you do not want to use ozone, you can just not install the ozone plates into the unit, or just make sure you don't press the ozone button. If you want to make sure ozone is off, just click the button. And if you hear a buzzing sound and you smell chlorine coming out of the unit, that means ozone is on. So press it again to turn the ozone feature off. Next to that, you have away mode. The air purifier will work at max settings on away mode, and you have 3 different timers. The first time you press it, the ozone setting will come on, and you have a half-hour timer. And then you'll have a little warning right here saying area must be unoccupied. That is just letting the user know that the ozone setting is on. If you press the away button again, you have a 1-hour timer. And it will show you right here where the square footage is at. And if you press it again, you have a 2-hour timer. And then if you click it one more time, it goes back to manual mode. So if you want to use it for 2 hours, set it to the 3 position, and the unit will turn off when the timer expires. So this unit also has a timer on it, and to use the timer, you have to press the fan and UV buttons at the same time. And then after that, you have 2 seconds to adjust the timer by pressing the Purify button. And the timer goes up to 9 hours and 30 minutes. So to demonstrate for you, fan speed and UV light on at the same time. If you can get it. And then Purify setting to adjust the timer. And then to turn the timer off, you can either let it finish or just press any button and the timer will stop. So now I'm going to cover the LCD display. This one right here is for the fan speed, so as you increase it, the bar will increase in size. And then between the fan setting and the square footage, there will be a note that pops up when the square footage is more than 2,400 square feet. So if you turn ozone on and get to 24 inches square feet, it'll say purify setting must not exceed size of area. And then right here, you're gonna have the square footage, a timer reminding, and when you put the unit on standby, the LCD backlight will turn off and you'll have 4 zeros. And then when you're using the ozone function, a note will pop up saying area must be unoccupied. And then down here, you just have the mode. So right now we're at high because we have the fan speed on along with the ozone. So if you turn ozone off, it'll go down to normal. And that's pretty much it for the LCD display. So now we'll cover the remote. The remote can go up to 10 meters. Anything past that will not work. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much just like the settings on the unit itself, but on a remote. You have the power button. You have sleep mode, which if you press it once, it'll drop the square footage to 1200. And if you press it again, it'll drop it to 1000. So. And then to exit sleep mode, just press any button. I usually just turn it off, turn it back on. You have fan speed settings. You have purify settings, which you have to make sure the ozone is on first by pressing ozone. And you can increase the purify setting. And then you have a timer, you have away mode like I covered earlier, and then you have the UV light button as well. Alright, so now that we've covered how to set up the unit and how to use the buttons for the settings, I want to go over the air purification mode along with ozone. I'll start with ozone since it's a little more intimidating to new users. So ozone is great for disinfecting and sanitizing a room. It can remove stubborn odors, bacteria, viruses, mold spores, and even cigarette smoke. So when you're using ozone in a room, such as a classroom, you want to make sure the room is completely unoccupied. That means removing people from the room. If you have pets or plants, remove those as well. Since ozone is a respiratory irritant, being exposed to substantial amounts is dangerous to one's health. So make sure the room is completely unoccupied. You're going to want to set the ozone feature on, select the purify fan speed, and then if you want, you can even set the timer. Ozone is most effective with 2 hours of ozone treatment. So set the timer for 2 hours, leave the room, shut the door. When you come back, the ozone machine will be off, and by that time, the ozone should be dissipated into the air. But let's say you come back and you can still smell ozone, it would then be an appropriate time to open the windows and let the room air out for another 30 minutes or so. When you're using this in a home, such as your bedroom, it'd be best to turn it on for about 30 minutes to an hour, let the ozone do its job. You can either do the timer or you can manually turn off the ozone setting, and then you want to open some windows to let the room air out for at least 30 minutes. And if you use the ozone feature and you notice that stench or smell still there, run it for another 30 to 2 hours and then do the process over again. But that's pretty much when it comes to ozone. Ozone is really effective, like I said, when used properly and safely. So when it comes to the air purification mode, very straightforward. Turn the machine on, make sure the fan speed is at the speed that you want, and let it do its job. You can let these things run 24/7 with no mechanical issues. We have one up in our office that's been running non-stop for 4 years now, and we just check the filters. So if you're going to let it run constantly, we recommend checking the filters every 3 months. You'll be surprised at how much dirt and debris are caked onto the filters. So you can either vacuum the filters off to remove that excess dirt and debris, and then you can even wash the filters under warm water to remove that stubborn dirt and debris that are stuck inside the filter fiber. So if you decide to wash the filters, run them under warm water, wait till the water turns clear, and you're going to want to wait for the filters to dry completely before putting them back into the ozone or air purifier itself. The air purification mode itself will keep your air clean and fresh. It will help with allergens, pet dander, dirt, dust, along of other variety of things. So these machines are really effective in what they do when used properly. They're really good bang for your buck, and we sell a lot of them and have no complaints. So when it comes to the air purification mode and ozone, that's pretty much it. If you have any extra questions, please check out our website, or you can email us at service@greatvax.com, or you can do your own research. There are plenty of helpful articles out there on the internet. Alright, so that pretty much sums up today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful and now have an understanding of when and how to use our BL3000 air purifier and ozone generator. A lot of the stuff that I covered in today's video can be found in the manual itself, along with some other great info. But if you guys have any other questions or concerns, please email us at service@greatvax.com and we'll get you taken care of. At the end of the video, there will be a specs page going over the specs of this unit, and I will also put the specs down in the description below as well. That pretty much sums up today's video, so thanks for watching. I'm Kyle with Greatvax, and we'll see you in the next one.